Before this video gets started, I did just want to take a quick second to let you guys know that I've recently partnered with a team called Grow Portfolio. Basically what they are is a Telegram chat which sends out options, they'll send out some swing trades, they'll send out basically any information in which might help a trader or anyone who likes to swing trades, do option plays, someone out, pretty much every single day they'll send them out. In the morning, they'll send about 4 to 5 different plays, which I have personally seen with my own eyes make money. They had, I think yesterday it was like maybe a PayPal call. I actually went in on it myself. I was like, man, let's test it out. I don't want to be out here promoting stuff that doesn't actually work, but I went in on it and it actually played out really well. I think I made like 60 to $75 roughly. And it's honestly just an absolutely amazing chat. The analysts are amazing. The promoters are great. The marketers are amazing. And the overall management team is amazing. And that's why I also felt like it would be okay for me to come here and promote it to you guys. If you do want more information about it, head to the link in my bio. If you do use my code, you can get a little. If you do use my code, you can save 15% off of the monthly cost. It's honestly not bad. It's super affordable, and the money that it costs to be in the group or in the Telegram itself is very, very affordable. And the money you make from these calls, the money I made from the calls, could pay for my subscription for 4 or 5 months. So give it a try, give it a check out. If you have any more information, check out the link below. Hit me up and let me know what you think. And yeah, let's get into the video.
Hey, what's going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the My Stock Journey channel. So it has been absolutely insane. It's just, honestly, this week has been probably one of the weirdest, best, and least hectic weeks of like the last 3 months or so. Literally this week has been nothing but green. Like, it's so weird. Recently with the market, it's just been up, down, up, down, up, down, all around, being super weird. This week has just been amazing. It's just every single day it's just been the same pattern. My portfolio goes up, consolidates, the next day it goes up, consolidates up. It's literally looked like a staircase for the last like 8 or 9 days straight. And I am not complaining. If it could be like this just for the rest of my life, I would not complain. I've literally done like 1% gains, 1 to 2% gains every single day for like almost 2 weeks now. And it's just like, it makes no sense at all. So today I just wanted to go over basically how my portfolio is looking. I did add some positions to a few spots. I did make a little bit of adjustments, and so I did just want to make sure that I go over it. I like to do little updates like this at least 2 or 3 times a month, just to make sure y'all know that where I am and if I've sold anything, bought anything new, just in case you want to kind of do your own thing, maybe see what I'm doing and give you some ideas. As you know, this is not a financial advice, so please don't just buy the things I buy and sell the things I sell, because I have different motives and I have different reasons for the things I do things, and I might not talk about all of them. So in that case, it might not benefit you. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. What I do want to start doing from here on out is doing a comment of the day. So next video, I'm going to get a comment from this video and we'll go into it. Maybe if it's a quick question I can answer, or just something funny that makes me laugh, or anything like that. So we'll do a comment of the day from every video from now on. So drop some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Make me laugh, do anything like that. If you do like this video, hit the like button. It helps me out so much. The channel is just growing insanely fast. In the last 4 weeks, we've gotten 138 subscribers, and I just don't even know what's happening. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy, but I am not complaining at all. If you are new to the channel, if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and let's get straight into the video. So we are here in the Robinhood portfolio. So as we can see, I am currently sitting at $18,260, which is just absolutely insane. We're sitting at about a $2,000 return, or about 12.92%, coming up on 13%. And as we do remember that in my M1 Finance account, I did sell out my shares of Stag Industrial. I was up about 40%, which is about $600 at the time. I didn't move all that money into Robinhood, so that does put me up about a total of $2,600, coming up on $2,700 there. That equates out to about a 15-16% return. And only, let's go make sure we got this right. It's April 24th, so about 4 to 5 months. And that's just absolutely bonkers, absolutely insane. For the year, we are once again, up $2,089. The last 3 months, we're up about $1,282. 1 month, we're up about $680. But what I want you to take notice is that about a month ago, about 28 days ago, we were down $961. And since then, we've recovered all the way back up to a profit of $680. So if my little quick, public school system math is correct, that's somewhere around $1,700 in gains over the last month, which is absolutely ridiculous. That's just absolutely insane. For the week, we're up about $733. And this is what I meant. look at how consistently good this is. It's like about a percentage every single day, and it's just not faltered whatsoever. It's beautiful. I love it. Today we're up about $166 during the market, $7.95 after market, so about right under a 1% gain again today. And honestly, guys, like it just, at this point, I'm just so baffled that I'm just like, hey, let's just keep it going, right? So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the, companies we own. Let's go ahead and take a look at what stocks are actually bringing in this money. So first up, the big one in my portfolio. Everyone knows I love my Store Capital. Store Capital has been a bit of a bumpy ride recently, but it has been making good plays. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 3 month, and we can see that it's kind of had its ups and its downs, but it is starting to recover. We're sitting still at a pretty nice uptrend, so I can't really complain too much. We did have a very, very good start of June last month, or the month before last, and as July wasn't necessarily the best month ever, but we are starting to recover as August has come around, and we are sitting at about a 20% gain in the last 3 months. For the year, we're still down about 28.8% of Store Capital total. 5 years, it's still up 18.38%, which is still not bad considering, the situation we are in right now. But what I do want y'all to notice is the fact that I have 221 shares, and I'm sitting at a $1,400 profit right now, which is 34%, which crazy, right? But the thing is, look where Store Capital is. Look where Store Capital is in relation to where it was in February, which is basically what I consider to be its potential. Right now, we know that its highest potential is where it was already. It's almost at 50% back, like to where it was before. That's still like the thought of how much, profit that I can make off of that margin from where we are now to where the high is just, it blows my mind completely. And I don't think I'm ready for it mentally, but look, we're going to try to make it through it, right? But as of now, I have not purchased any more shares. My average cost is still sitting at $18.47. Store Capital's stock price is $24.80, so it is pretty well above my average cost. So I don't plan on looking to buy any more shares. It's a pretty big, part of my portfolio right now at 30%. So I definitely want to balance out my portfolio a little bit better, so I'm not relying so often and so much on this one stock alone. Next up, we have Apple. Now, I have increased my shares in Apple, and I will go over why in a second. What's going on with Apple, right? Like, dude, it's so insane. It's honestly, this is the most insane I've ever seen a stock grow ever. Like, it's ridiculous. Almost 50% in the last 3 months. The last year, 133%. The last 5 years, almost 300% returns. It's phenomenal. It's absolutely amazing. Now, I know a lot of you guys are asking me in my last video, and I'll go ahead and put my phone for a second. A lot of you guys were asking me, Tyler, are you purchasing shares of Apple and, building on that part of your portfolio before or after the split? Now, I will go ahead and just make it really brief. I maybe will do a little bit of a video before, but I know a lot of people made videos about it recently that have kind of backed my point. I'm purchasing shares before the split and obviously after the split, but I am still purchasing as many shares as possible before the split. The reason that I believe that it will be such a beneficial thing for Apple stock is that it's going to be such a more affordable price that I feel like a lot more investors are going to see it as a buy or see it as a steal, like, oh, Apple's only $100, let me get in that. And the hype is going to be real. We've seen 21% growth this month, basically all from when they announced the split. When the split happens on it, like itself, I think the stock goes crazy. It gains 10, 11, 12% within a few weeks or so. So I'm definitely going to make sure that I'm still increasing my position in Apple as much as I possibly can before the split. I'm waiting for each single paycheck so I can boom, 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 keep throwing it all into Apple. I am sitting at 7.5 shares right now, which is about $3,419 in market value. The crazy part is I did only buy my shares in Apple a month ago, and I'm already up 16%. Like, how much more perfect timing could I have decided to go into Apple than before all this? It's just crazy. It's honestly so insane. I bought it a little, like, right around this area, and it was doing good, doing bad, whatever, and then it started doing not too good, and I was like, man, is Apple really the right stock? But I had faith, and I really just determined that it was a good stock, that I was going to hold on to it for the long term. And obviously that paid out to work out for me. This stock's going up. I do believe that whenever this stock split happens, it's going to continue to rise very, very fast. I can see before the end of this decade it being back at these prices again. And honestly, I'm holding on to this and I'm increasing this position as much as physically possible for the rest of my life, basically, right? So that's my shares in Apple. My average cost is $394. It's sitting at $457. So I have a very good average cost, especially after the split. I'll still have a very good average cost that I'm going to make sure that I hold on to, not buy it too high, and make sure I'm taking advantage of it if it ever does dip down or slow down at all. Next up, we have Coca-Cola. I have not increased my positions in Coca-Cola since the very last video. Coca-Cola's been doing okay. It's honestly just been kind of waiting, it seems. It's kind of waiting to see what the world does. Like, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down with the news. But I do believe that is going to maintain this level until something either really good or really bad happens. Hopefully that's good. You can definitely see that it's starting to try to go back up again. So it would be nice to see it actually, continue that uptrend. It's really weird if you look at this 5-year that the path it followed over those 2 months right there was literally the same exact numbers, which is kind of weird. But no, I think Coca-Cola will definitely continue to grow. I'm going to keep taking advantage of that dividend. As you guys know, I have been cutting the dividends a little bit recently, but Coca-Cola is one I'm holding on to forever. And so with that being said, I have 63 shares at an average cost of $45.31. It's sitting about $2.10 over that roughly. So it's giving me about a $134 return, which equates to about a 5% return, which over the course of 5 months, once again, is not bad at all. It's more than I could ask for. My market value just hit $3,000, so I'm pretty glad, I'm pretty hyped up about that. And it takes up about 16.5% of my portfolio. So, I'd like to see my Coca-Cola holding hit about 100 shares one day. That's definitely pretty optimal. I think that would be a very solid number for me. And so that's kind of what I'm working my way to right now. That would be right under $5,000 worth of my portfolio. And so that's definitely where I'm going to try to work my way from now until, the next probably the next year or so, I'll probably get to that 100 share mark for sure. Microsoft is one that I have actually been growing a good bit recently, and for good reason. Microsoft is doing very well, honestly. It has its ups and it has its downs, but as we can see, it's going to it just seems like it's just going to go up. Like, honestly, no matter what the haters say, no matter what the naysayers say, it's just going to keep going up. It was actually featured in my last video, the August 2020 stock picks. Basically, just because so many schools and businesses are all going back online right now, especially universities. And I believe that Microsoft is going to take advantage of the fact that so many universities are using their programs and services. So that being said, I do believe that Microsoft is going to continue to climb. At that, I do have 11.3 shares at an average cost of $199 per share. My market value is sitting at $2,447, which takes up about 13% of my portfolio, which honestly is not bad at all. I'm looking at a return of about 8.5%, which is about $191. Now, Microsoft is one that I have held for a little bit longer, but like I said, this portfolio is only about 6 months old. So seeing anything over 2 or 3% is just amazing to me. So seeing nearly $200 in returns over the last 5 months from a $2,200 investment, I cannot complain at all. I am definitely going to take it. I'm going to continue to build up on that. My goal for Microsoft right now is 15 shares, then obviously 20 shares. I like to go in 5-share increments, especially with Microsoft, because it sits about $200. So that's about $1,000 at a time. And so I do believe Microsoft's going to keep going up. So I'm definitely looking to increase my position in them. But right now, once again, all my attention is focused on Apple and building as big of a position as I can before the split. Next up, we have Aflac. Now, listen. Aflac is one that I'm going to keep on growing, and we're going to keep on going. Honestly, I have a lot of faith in Aflac. They haven't been having the best month. They've honestly not been having the best 3 months, but I'm honestly not too worried about it at all. I do believe that out of all of the insurance companies, they have one of the best management teams and business models on earth. And so that being said, I do believe that they'll work their way out of this. Honestly, the 5 years not looking too bad at all. They were sitting at about 71% last July. In February, they were looking at about a 61% in the last 12 years, which I know is only about 5% every single year. But I feel like that plus their dividend is definitely good potential growth in the long term as well. I'm sitting at about $34.45 in returns, which is about 2.3%, which is kind of a little bit more of what I was expecting to be at this point in the year. So I'm just going to keep on growing with this one. I want to get it to 50 shares up next. I'll slowly keep doing that once September comes around, October comes around, that time period. Try to get this maybe like a 10% holding in my portfolio. Next up, we have Atmos Energy coming in at a 5.52% holding in my portfolio. I'm sitting at about 9.6 shares at an average cost of $102. Now, as you can see, Atmos Energy is about $104.70 at their stock price right now. So it's giving me a total return of about $22.54, which is about another 2.30% return. Like, again, kind of like with Aflac, that's a little bit more expected. The market shouldn't be growing at 30% rates, in the span of a month. But I'm not complaining. But this is a little bit more reasonable, and I feel like this is a little bit more sustainable over the long run. As you can see, Atmos Energy has had an amazing 5 years. Honestly, this year they are down about 3.5%, but I don't think that's going to be hard for them to recover at all, especially as everything's starting to kind of slowly get back to normal. I think they're going to definitely benefit from that as well. we're going to go ahead and probably build this position up to about 7 to 8% of my portfolio. This is one that I love, but it's not one that I want to be a main focus of my portfolio, but definitely one of those ones I see a lot of long-term potential in. And so that's why I'm probably going to go ahead and maybe get it to about 20 to 25 shares and maybe call it at that, and definitely, focus on my other holdings. But this is one that, once again, I'm going to continue to build and try to get to that 20 to 25 share mark by the end of the year, no doubt. Next up on the list, we have Visa. Once again, Visa is one of those ones just going off the wall recently. Like, up, down, up, down, up, down. It literally sounds like me getting out of bed when I had no school, just up, down all day, right? Visa is honestly not doing too bad in my portfolio. It's sitting at another about 2.3%. I have an average cost of $194. It's looking at $198.50. So we have seen some gains since I bought in. The last 3 months have just been very, very consolidational. It's just kind of doing its own thing. It's kind of just like, once again, like Coca-Cola, kind of just waiting. Everything feels like it's been very stagnant recently, like some good news, some bad news, and they kind of just keep bringing each other up and down. So I'm honestly not sure what's going to happen, but I think Visa's going to follow it. Once again, though, I believe that as there's a coin shortage and everything like that as of recent, Visa and, credit card transactions are going to grow immensely. And obviously Visa is going to benefit from that. The earnings weren't too bad. And so, with all that being said, we're definitely going to go ahead and keep an eye on them. Their expected earnings are $1.03. They hit $1.06, so they beat earnings expectations, which is not bad whatsoever. And they're taking up about 5% of my portfolio right now with about $1,000 market value. Today was a pretty good day. We hit 1.23% returns. Considering I only have 2.3% returns, that's not too bad, buddy. But so we're gonna keep an eye on Visa, try to build up that position to the next, probably like the next phase would be like 10 shares, maybe 10, 15 shares, and see if we can maybe slowly work our way up to about $2,500 market value around that area. Last but not least, we have ARC-F. As you know, this is the newest holding in my portfolio, and honestly one of the most proud holdings that I feel like this is one that I just really loved, like, automatically. And as soon as I started to learn about it, I was like, that's where I want my money. And it's honestly paid me back. Like, I invested about, $370 to $380 roughly, and I've made back about almost $40 now, which is about a 10% return, honestly, in the last 2.5 weeks. I think it's been about 20 days since I purchased them. So getting a 10% return in 20 days is definitely not bad at all. They've had an amazing run so far. People are hating on them. People might be doubting them, but I'm not a doubter. I'm a full bull on them, and I think they're going to continue to climb. We've seen other ARC ETFs grow and grow and grow, and I don't see any reason as to why this one can't. They have a lot of different holdings like Square, Apple, etc., and I honestly believe they're going to keep doing very well for sure. I do want to grow this to about 25 shares, which will be about 10 to 15% of my portfolio. I do want this one to be a very, very major player in my portfolio at some point. That's just how much faith I have in it. Right now I'm sitting at a $35 average cost. And the stock price has risen to $38, which is a very significant amount in the short term. And so my market value is about $400, which is only about 2.2%. So definitely a lot of room to grow here. And I'm very, very excited about this. I'm probably the most excited about this and Apple of my entire portfolio. And it's kind of comical that Apple's a part of this. So we're going to keep working on this one. We're going to try to get it to about 10 to 15 shares, maybe start seeing $1,000, $2,000 market value in it, and definitely keep it growing in the long run. So that will be it for today's video, guys. I hope you did enjoy a quick little update. I like to make it fast, I like to make it simple, and I like to get straight to the point. And that's something I feel like I needed to work on, because I do have a kind of tendency to just ramble and ramble and ramble, especially in the beginning of the videos. But honestly, the majority of the time I'm just telling you guys how much I appreciate you, and that will never change. You guys have made this, everything I'm doing on this channel has only been possible with your feedback and your love and your support. You guys inspire me and you motivate me to keep going, keep making these videos, and just the support has just been absolutely phenomenal. You send me good messages and you send me feedback and love, you send me your critiques, and they all help me to become not only a better investor, not only a better person in general, and a better YouTuber. So with that being said, thank you guys so much. Once again, we are starting the comment of the day. Go ahead, drop that comment. Honestly, I would prefer it to be a funny one, so if you can maybe drop a little jokey joke down there, kind of give me a good little giggle. So we'll definitely see what happens. I'm sure you guys have a lot of craziness to say. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Once again, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.